as of now, we don't know who did this, why they did this, and who's the suspect. There were some controversial events that, occurred. One of them was that one gentleman being arrested and then let go. And originally they said that he was the one. And then after that, they said that this is still a manhunt going on. And then after that, they arrested somebody that was of interest. And then he was let go as well.
I was at a cigar lounge today earlier, and people were coming in, and I didn't get one person who came in there that wasn't upset.
Yeah.
They came in, they said, I came here because I can't sit home, or I can't do this, I can't think straight. Can't believe this happened. All day. And then you see the picture of him and his children.
Yeah.
And his wife. And you go, what the I want to see who this freakazoid is that decided I'm going to take this man's life because he said trans people have a mental illness, maybe.
Yeah, boo-hoo.
Well, they do.
And then
you're gonna shoot me now?
Yeah.
What the
well, who cares? Even if he said that, let's say even Democrats say that Republicans have a mental issue, who gives a shit?
But
we're here to litigate our beliefs. We're here to argue our beliefs. We're here to tell you why we think our way is the right way. That doesn't mean you should get shot. It doesn't mean you should be assassinated.
But it's the right way for you. It's the right way for you.
That's right. And that's okay if it's the right way for me, and I am advocating for that right way.
Yes.
Does that, make me wrong? Does that make me, have the consequence of getting shot and killed and murdered and assassinated and, in his case, leave two beautiful kids, a wife, alone by themselves? I mean, just think about it. And this is happening here in America. This is not normal. If this was Mexico, they're used to it.
Yeah.
Mexico, candidates, they go on and they voice their concerns. I mean, look at them. Beautiful family, exquisite family.
First of all, you have that fat J.B. Pritzker in Illinois saying this is Trump's fault.
That's another thing
okay?
I'm upset.
This is ludicrous, okay? You have people out there blaming Trump. And you have people out there saying they're happy about this. They're happy that this happened to this young man.
I was reading some comments on Reddit. You should have seen those comments. Disgusting. Those comments saying how, one of the comments said, "I hope the bullet is okay." I mean, there were some ridiculous comments that will make people puke.
But we have to be civil. We have to be civil, and we have to go, well, that's their freedom of speech.
Yeah.
But this guy's freedom of speech, they put him out.
His freedom of speech.
How does that make any sense?
Cost him his life. That's what happened today. Freedom of speech cost him his life. Can you put that on, Tom? Let's see what this.
My sympathy to Charlie Kirk's family and to Charlie Kirk, who obviously is,
You don't know what he's fucking saying.
For somebody. I don't know whether it's political violence because I don't know who did it. I know they
what else
have
is
somebody
it
in custody.
If it's
but
not
I will
political
say
violence?
That political violence, unfortunately, has been ratcheting up in this country. We saw the shootings, the killings in Minnesota. We've seen other political violence occur in other states. And
Liberals.
I would just say it's got to stop. And I think there are people who are fomenting it in this country. I think the president's rhetoric often foments it. We've seen the January 6th rioters who clearly, have tripped a new era of political violence.
Okay, you know what I think the country should stop doing?
What?
Is exactly this. When something goes wrong, they instantly, and this goes for Trump as well, by the way. This is not only for this, governor, but also for Trump, that instantly blaming the other side and saying, it's the Democrats' fault, it's the Republicans' fault. Do you really think Charlie Kirk's wife cares right now about Republicans or Democrats?
Of course she does.
She
oh,
doesn't.
bullshit. Her husband
about?
just died
Exactly.
because
she cares about her husband being alive. That's what she cares
yeah,
about.
but you don't think she's saying this is because a Democrat? No Republican put this guy out.
Look,
A lunatic did.
First and foremost,
Who shoots Republicans? Liberal Democrats.
No.
Yes. Look at the stats.
Rob, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is that we should reflect for a moment and understand that it's not. It shouldn't be about party.
Reflect.
It shouldn't. Reflect. Here you go.
Trump just got shot.
Okay.
Then
Trump got
soon
shot.
after,
Okay.
they tried to shoot him again.
That's right. I understand that. That's not
So
what I'm saying.
we keep saying, okay, let's turn the other cheek.
What's wrong with America right now is that America is being divided, and this type of rhetoric is being normalized. That it's instantly the fault of the other party, and that's what I'm saying.
The
that
leadership of that party.
It doesn't matter the leadership.
Look at what the guy just said. He blamed Trump.
Okay, I understand. He's not the leadership of that party, first and foremost. He's just the governor of one state. So he doesn't represent Democrats.
MSNBC, which is a liberal Democratic station, said it was they believe it was a conservative that was celebrating and shooting a gun in the sky. And then this other bald prick comes on there.
MSNBC is an idiot. So
and he says,
idiot news agency.
He says he deserved it, basically, because of his rhetoric.
If any single news agency has one point of view, then they cannot be fair. Simple as that. And MSNBC has one point of view.
Of course.
Okay. But that's exactly what I'm saying. We shouldn't have one point of view. This shouldn't be just Democrat. This shouldn't be just liberal or right-wing Republican.
You are talking common sense that is not working.
Exactly.
It's not working because there was this poor Ukrainian woman who went on a subway and she was knifed, okay, in the neck. And we didn't know about this until 3 weeks later.
Okay, does that murder have a party? It doesn't.
It does because this guy kept getting out of jail because of Democratic policies.
You're right. And from that
12 times?
That point of view, yes. But what I'm trying to say, this is a problem with the American culture.
I'm not saying the Republicans are perfect, but come on, this is because of them. It's not because of anything else.
And, besides the fact that we're just here, arguing and saying that is
debating. We're not arguing.
When I say argue, argue is usually, that word is used in the court of law. Argue your case. When, I'm arguing my case and so are you.
If I was talking like this the whole time, there'd be no energy.
Yes, you're right.
So
I don't know who are you impersonating.
Nobody. I'm just saying if I'm bringing energy because I'm aggravated. I'm letting it go.
I'm aggravated as well. I'm
Niagara Falls, motherfucker.
Yes. I don't think we should be laughing because this is a day, for the entire country to mourn and cry and come to realization that we have a problem. America has a problem.
Of course we do.
And this is the prime example of that problem when people go out there and voice their concerns, and litigate their point of view, they get assassinated. That is the problem of America today. And that's
who's doing the pulling of the triggers. Who's doing the knifing?
Let me get there.
Okay.
So that specific knifing you're talking about, that incident in Carolina, in South Carolina, that's completely different. But something like this, a political assassination of this caliber, which was so precise, and as of now, nobody has been caught. Okay, and there's a video of a guy running up the roof. And there's one video before the shooting. Tom, can you pull that up to show the guy? Look at the guy.
But the problem is, is this
the guy
real?
Laying down. This is exactly like how Trump got assassinated. Exactly.
Okay. Is this AI or is this real? That's what I mean. We don't know.
We don't know. But I mean, this looks like an amateur kind of a video. Somebody, videoing from their cell phone.
Why would they be videoing this building?
Okay,
why?
I don't know. He zoomed in.
I don't know. That's what I mean. Why would you be videoing a building?
We don't know. People do a lot of things for various reasons. So.
Yeah, because they want to get clickbait and they want to get people. Oh, look I got 2 million views.
Okay, and then Tom, can you pull up the other video where the guy starts running right after the shots are fired? The shot is fired. Look.
Yeah, but we don't know if this is real.
But that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm not here saying if this is real or fake. Where I'm going with this is that this seems so organized. This seems so professional. Like, JFK assassination, Harvey Oswald, pulling the trigger. I mean, in quotation, of course.
Yeah.
That we don't know if this can be another, deep state kind of a thing that's possibly out there. I'm just thinking.
First of all,
This is all speculative.
Of course, he's a TikToker. He's an Instagrammer. He has his own company. He gives his opinion. He has no bearing.
That he has no bearing.
He
Are
has
you
no
kidding me?
bearing. No. He doesn't change my mind. Did he change your mind?
He possibly swung the election of the presidency of the United States.
What swung the election was the podcasters.
Okay, well, and he's a podcaster. He's a podcaster. And guess what? Because of his opinions, a lot of people go and have a similar opinion to his.
Okay, so
he influences the youth.
A Republican doesn't need Charlie Kirk to tell him to vote for Trump. Joe Rogan, who has a wide variety of liberals, conservatives, independents, those are the guys that when Trump went on, that kind of pushed him one way. Okay,
I get that.
I don't think this guy had that kind of pull to bring Democrats and independents to vote for Trump.
He did. He had a lot of pull from the younger voters,
young conservatives,
not only conservatives, people undecided, independent voters, independent young voters from colleges. Why do you think he was going to all these colleges? He was going to these colleges to change minds, hearts, and souls, and that's exactly what he was doing. And by changing minds, hearts, and souls, somebody's perspective changes. Personality changes, way of life changes, way of living changes. He was preaching gospel. He was preaching God. He was preaching the American family values that, we used to have at one moment in this country. That's what he was preaching. And so was his wife. His wife was also on many stages as well. They're both preaching to America, hey, this is the right way to live. And that changes the outlook for the future.
When you don't have a message, as Democrats don't have a message, then rather than get a message, let's shoot everybody that has a different message than us. Is that the philosophy of the Democratic Party now?
It's not. That's not. Who cares? Forget the Democrats right now. What I'm trying to say that this possibly, allegedly, could have been a deep state operation as well. Very likely. Why not? If you think about it, I mean, look at the previous assassinations of very prominent individuals who were changing culture, who were changing political views of this country, like Martin Luther King, like JFK, like Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? They don't want America to be good or great or fantastic like it used to be. They want America to be in ruins. They want America to have these terrible values. They want American families to be, decimated.
Where did this happen? On a college campus, where you're supposed to have freedom of thought, freedom of expression. Okay? The college campuses today don't have that anymore. You got to fall in line, okay, with what they're teaching. I was just my daughter's sending a letter to her teacher today, and they're not supposed to use Mr. or Mrs. anymore. They're going to put the teacher's first name. Hey, buddy. Hey, friend. Hey, Diana. Hey, Carlos. Yes. This happened on a college campus where they're making our young people beep.
Well, again, I'm saying I think this is something bigger than we think. This is something greater than we.
And what happens if it's not? It's what you think.
We're never going to know if it is or if it's not.
What if it's
I'm totally speculating here.
What if it's some peon with purple hair?
I don't think so.
I'm just saying, what if it is?
I don't think people with purple hair can be, this precise, disorganized, and complete an operation like this. This seems to me, and again, I'm no expert, but from what it looks like, if you plan to kill somebody,
yes,
and you get away with it, then it's pretty well planned.
So let's just.
And the guy got away with it with that many cops around. Did you see how many cops were there?
Let's just take David Berkowitz and give him blue hair. Okay, you're telling me that somebody that's crazy cannot plan out murder? Of course they
Yes,
can.
Yes, they can.
He could
That's
be
not
an
what
he
I'm
could be
saying.
an ex-military guy
The guy
who went crazy.
No, yeah, but the guy who shot up the Catholic school just a few weeks ago
Yeah.
was also purpled hair. I mean, not really. Well, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He was cuckoo in his head, but look what he did. I mean, he went online before he went to the school to shoot up the entire school and said, "You know what? This is what I'm going to do. I hate Trump. I hate Republicans. I hate, all these types of people." And then he wrote some Russian words on his magazines of his AR-15. Anyways, I mean, he clearly shows he's a cuckoo guy. He's an idiot. He's mentally ill. But we don't know who this guy is.
Well,
that's where I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, but this guy was. I was watching video of him. He was happy-go-lucky. He's coming out. He's throwing hats or throwing stuff into the audience. Like he's looking forward to this debate. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. And a lot of these people, they're so indoctrinated by the universities and the professors. Okay, that they're confused when he's giving them facts. He's giving the people facts about slavery. He's giving them facts about liberalism and republicanism, and they can't function. It's like the computer's going haywire.
Let's see what Ben Shapiro says about this.
Charlie's voice is not silent. We're going to pick up that blood-stained microphone where Charlie left it. And to those who would intimidate, who would seek to stop us, who would seek to end free discussion, who believe that they have ownership over public spaces and can violently threaten and kill people who speak freely, we are not going to stop. And I have 2 words. Fuck you.
It's you don't take a life for that. The guy did nothing to you. The guy did nothing to you for you to take his life. Now let's go. We're talking about crazy. The Democratic Party has been taken over by the woke crazies, okay? And the MSNBC people and they're who are pushing their own fucking agenda. That's where the problem is, okay? If we can cancel MSNBC because they don't have any ratings anyway.
So
but
Rob, how do we fix this problem then? What's the solution to this?
The solution is to stop lying and saying that crazy people are not crazy.
How do you change that mindset though? What do you
It's
do?
already changed. You got to get it. You just got to get these lunatics. Well, first of all, as we see on the social media, people are clapping like they were clapping when they thought Trump died. They're clapping of this guy. Yeah. Those are the crazies, okay? Maybe shut it down. Maybe shut down all social media. Maybe shut it down for a month and see what the happens.
We saw what happened when you shut down social media. Look what happened in Nepal. They overthrew the entire government, literally. They burned the parliament building. They ousted one of their ministers. You can't do that. I mean, we're not that country. This is America. We don't.
Well, I'm not talking.
I know.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Get rid of it all for a month and see what happens. Maybe these kids their brains will rewire to where they need to be.
Not in a month, my friend.
You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked.
Not in a month. It takes 30 years to change your mind. 30 years.
If I take you to the gym with me to work out, and you make a commitment for a month to come to the gym, yes, it is. No. Because when you see the results, you will. And that's what I'm saying. When people go outside and go, you know what? I haven't been to the beach in a long time. This is awesome. Why? Because you're in the house on your fucking phone, or you're in your car on your phone. This is the minutia that we got to get rid of.
Yeah, well, the problem is these DEIs and these types of how should I say it? Organizations or government bodies that are forcing it down the people's throats that you must do this and you must do that, and this is the right way. And if you don't, then you're a lunatic.
Did you hear about that situation? I think it was in Arizona on Main Street the other day.
No.
That's right. And does it matter that you didn't know what happened? Because nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? But if we don't need all this information about all of the bad shit going on in society. We don't need that. That's why we have elected officials. Let them fucking deal with it. But what they do is they rattle people and then they shoot people.
What was that? Was somebody celebrating? I don't get it. What was that guy? Or this is before or after? I don't get it. No, this is after. Everybody's on the ground, and this lunatic is raising his hands and celebrating.
Look at him.
What is this guy doing? Can we play the whole video, Tom, for a second?
He wants to be an influencer. See? Look into this man immediately. It says right on the top. He's clapping.
Wow, this is the problem. This is exactly what I'm talking about. They're escorting him. They're taking Charlie out from the back, from the rear end. This guy's jumping around and, with his hands up celebrating.
Prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong, yeah. And they couldn't prove him wrong, so they killed him. Anyways, Rob, man, I'm just overwhelmed with feelings right now, and I'm so upset.
My daughter is the first one. She sent a text in today, and she said Charlie Kirk was shot. And then, of course, right away, I looked, and then they were saying she said to me that he's dead, and then somebody else told me that he was dead that they saw. But I didn't find out until another 15, 20 minutes because it wasn't on the news or wasn't on any. I was scrolling through Google News, and I didn't see anything. And then I think he was dead right away. The way that he bled out, I think he was dead right away.
When first I found out about it, I thought he got shot in his chest.
That's what they said, near his neck. They said near his neck.
Yeah, and then when I saw the close up, it was obviously his neck and. He just bled out. I mean, that massive amount of blood was just coming out of his neck. And
well, rest in peace, brother.
You know what's sad? That we will talk about this week, maybe this month.
Well, we'll see if something else happens. Some stupid shit.
And then he's going to be forgotten about. Some places here and there. At some event, at some Republican convention, they will remember him, they will honor him. But at the end, those two little kids are just going to grow up without a dad. I mean, everybody's going to try to
look at that,
collect as many free points as they can off of this, and talking about it and showing off, that they care, and a lot of people don't. They
look at Matthew Dowd no longer with MSNBC over comments following Charlie Kirk shooting. This is what we're talking about. Good. Good for you.
He's been fired after blaming the assassination of Charlie Kirk on Charlie himself. Yeah, I mean, why would you do that? I mean, why would anybody of that level of somebody in that caliber who's
this
on
is what I was saying
as a journalist,
and he's a Democrat.
I mean, it doesn't matter what he is. Who cares what he is?
It is. If there's a Republican talking shit like that, I will say he's a fucking asshole.
One of those purple-haired people.
Yeah. I know you're a Democrat, and I know it hurts, but
no, it doesn't. You know what hurts for me? That it's not about Democrat. Again, I'm registered there as a party. There are many issues that I love about the Democratic Party, but there are many that I don't, and that's why I'm leaning sometimes to the right, and that's okay, and that's how should every independent thinking men and women should be.
That's why I'm an independent, and I don't associate with either party. I take the best, like, oh, I like that. That's a good policy. Oh, that's a good policy. But I'm not seeing that as much in the Democratic Party. I'm seeing shit.
Yeah. Well, the Democratic Party has heavily shifted towards lunacy, and And that lunacy is just getting more and more out there, and people are just...
Rob Schneider, the comedian, said it best.
Yeah.
He said that when we finally got to a point where we were accepting homosexuals and homosexuals getting married and having kids, the homosexuals forgot to shut the door behind them.
Yeah.
And all of the lunatics started coming in behind them.
Yeah, I mean, look.
And then they's like, why you put your arms around this fucking shit? Why do you associate yourself as gay men and gay women? Why do you associate yourself? Oh, because their argument is like well, because we were once there and we were,
These gay men and women actually hate that. They don't want these people to be associated.
Well, then get it out of their fucking organization.
They don't want it.
They do want it.
No, they don't. There's a bunch of normal gay men and women who do not care about these lunatics who are mentally ill, and they think that...
Do they give money to the LGBTQ?
I don't know.
Okay,
don't
well,
care,
trans is in their title.
Yeah. It wasn't in there.
No, they put it in there.
They put it in there. They added, all types of, letters.
They let the lunatics make it the alphabet soup. That's what they did.
What's that, Tom? What's that the rifle? Who's? Oh, it's okay. Anyways, I don't know what else to say. Honestly, I really don't.